Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Community of Practice on Autism Spectrum Disorder and Developmental Disabilities. We are in our 14th and a half year of existence in the state of Wisconsin, where we have tried to bring together the different parts of the autism and the developmental disability community together so that we can learn together, so we can share together, so that we can make change together. And let me tell you, there have been some dynamic people that have been a part of this community of practice that have done some fantastic things throughout the state of Wisconsin. So I love this model. Now, did I love it even more when we had funding and we were able to get together in person and have danishes and lunch? Somewhat. It was a heck of a lot of work to organize all that. It's a lot simpler to organize this, and we still get to hear from fantastic people, but we don't always have that interaction that we want. So the planning team, the steering team and the planning teams are continuing to figure out how can we make this work so that it is a true community of practice where we're all learning together and sharing together. Part of that is that we decided to set time apart on our in-person platform here virtually to have people share what may be going on in the state of Wisconsin that other people would like to know about. We have about 10 minutes set aside for this. The other way is if you also put the put upcoming events that you want to share, then we will into the chat. We will send those out along with any resource sheet that we may or may not develop today. We don't exactly know if we'll talk to the speakers at the end. So I love the fact that you guys are helping each other out in the chat already. Please note that Christy Schroeder is here and she is going to take attendance. And if you want that certificate of attendance, we need your email address. So make sure that you are doing that. James Williams has been putting all sorts of cons, which sounds weird. And I don't know if I would have said that a few years ago, but all sorts of fun cons in the chat. James, did you just want to mention something about upcoming different Comic Cons and other cons?
So I have been active in Wisconsin's anime and gaming convention scene for many years, and I have observed how that convention scene has actually created a very thriving social community for many autistic adults. So I made an agreement, probably about 5, 6 years ago, as a member of the community practice, that when it was time to share events, I would take charge of sharing those events because those events have really helped lots of autistic people find community in the state of Wisconsin.
Thank you. I appreciate that, James. And I know that you work with many of the cons to talk to them about how to make the environment more welcoming, as well as talk to the attendees about how to interact with each other. And I think that's really cool. So anybody, please feel free to, there is on the bottom of your screen, there is a little smiley person that says reactions. If you click on the reactions button at the bottom of your screen, you can raise your hand. Now that will let me know that you would like to speak, and I will be able to, it'll shoot you also to the top of the participant list in my view. And so we'll know that you will want to share. We should also see it on the screen. So is there anybody who has anything else to share for the good of the company about upcoming events or gatherings that you would like other people to be aware of? I know that I'll see some of you at this little event called the Autism Society of Greater Wisconsin State Conference. I'm excited to see you there. If you haven't met me before, please feel free to come on by and say hi. I'll be attending this year with my son, Hunter, and we're very excited to be able to be there. We'll be doing a breakout as well as one of the keynotes. And depending on the sort of day that either one of us are having, it could be a total train wreck. It's phenomenal. We never know what's going to happen. So we encourage you to show up just because it could be a dumpster fire. We don't know. It's kind of fun when the two of us get together. What else is happening around the state that we may want to know about?
Tim, this is Mary.
Yes, go ahead.
We will be celebrating our 10th year with our autism football camp at in the Madison area for Wisconsin, for the Autism Society of South Central Wisconsin. So this is our 10th year. I run the camp. It's not until the fall, but if anybody's interested, I'll put my email in there as well. And it's for anybody that's ages K through 12 who likes football, is interested in football. We take up to 50 participants every year, and I'm hoping to make this year really special since it's our 10th year.
Thanks, Mary. And Mary, one of these years, it's going to work out so that I can at least drop by and see what the heck it is. I've been trying for 9 years, and it's never happened. Maybe this will be the year. What else is happening out there that people would like to make other people aware of?
Hi, Tim. It's Angie from the Autism Society of Southeastern Wisconsin.
Angie, I was so hoping the Autism Society of Southeastern Wisconsin had something.
Oh, we have lots of things.
Yeah, I just had a sense that maybe you had something happening.
Yeah, we always have things going on, but we do have a free IEP workshop coming up on February 20th for parents. We still have some spots open. It's a great presentation about IEP basics so they can understand the language, their rights, things like that. And then we have an opportunity at the end for them to meet one-on-one and for about 15 minutes with their child's IEP and an experienced educator to get some feedback, some ideas about strengths and things in the IEP that they might want to change. So I think it's a great opportunity, and we still have about, I think, 9 spots left in that. And then also I encourage you, if you don't know about, I always plug our resource directory. We have a fabulous resource directory online with many, many different autism related resources that have been vetted by us. And so you can find that on our website, and I'll put that in the chat as well as our helpline number that we have available Monday through Thursday, which a lot of people don't remember that we have. So.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Chelsea, is there anything else you'd like to say about the Wauwatosa Inclusion Resource Fair?
Sorry, I'm just being extra and dumping links in the chat for stuff and not really explaining what they are. Sorry.
Oh, Chelsea, you are like channeling the way that I normally go through meetings. Is that I sit in the background and I just throw links at people.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. So I'm Chelsea from Good Friend Inc. I'm the program director and co-founder, and Good Friend's going to be at a few things that are coming up in the Metro Milwaukee area that some folks might not be aware of. And so if you're the kind of person who likes resource fairs or things about transition or inclusion, just going to drop some stuff in the chat, and hopefully I'll explain a little bit better what it is. But then you can click on the things and be there if you wanna. And if you show up, come and say hi to me at the Good Friend table.
And what I will try to remember to put into thank you so much, Chelsea. What I'll try to remember to put in the chat is it's not quite up yet, but I think we're going to be able, actually I shouldn't promise this, but we had a fantastic day with the experts autism at the Weisman Center. And if the technology works right, we sometimes have those recorded. And so we'll see if the tech worked right. And if so, I'll send a notice out to the group about whether that is happening or not. Any other updates? I'm kind of holding off because we're at 97 participants, and so once we hit 100, then there's like the balloons go off. So I'm kind of waiting for the balloons. There's 98. There's really no balloons, but I don't want to move our first speaker ahead. If where are we at? Hang on. Maybe I am totally off on time, folks. I am. So Mike is waiting to start. And here I am thinking that I had to give a little bit more time because I thought I told him 8:45, but I didn't. I told him 8:40. So we are officially 2 minutes behind. And that's okay. We will check that up. So I would love to introduce my friend, colleague, Mike Hipple. He's with the Wisconsin AAC Network. AAC is the Augmentative Alternative Communication. I am on his newsletter, and he has taught me so much about communication that we really wanted to have him here, and I was excited that he was able to reach out and be here today. Mike, are you with us in the midst of the 99 participants that we have? Mike, if you are here and communicating with us, we cannot hear you. Let's check a couple of different settings. Yes. All right, I can see you now, Mike. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining today. Like Tim said, my name is Mike Hipple, and I live in Appleton, Wisconsin. I love the topic for today. I just want to set some beliefs and values around communication that I have and some professionals have. Before that, I get to talk about one of my favorite topics, the organizations that we have to support AAC and guide us to do the right thing to support everyone who care about someone who is using a communication device. I founded Wisconsin Augmentative Alternative Communication AAC Network. The network mission is to bring Wisconsin stakeholders for AAC together to have one voice and to share the knowledge that we have. We started in 2015. I can't believe it will be 10 years next year. We have a quarterly newsletter for everyone in the AAC community to get your AAC information and support. Please follow us on Facebook under Wisconsin AAC Network and visit our website at www.wisconsinAACNetwork.org. Please follow us on Facebook under Wisconsin AAC Network and visit our website at www.wisconsinAACNetwork.org. Please follow us on Facebook under Wisconsin AAC Network and visit our website at www.wisconsinAACNetwork.org. Next, we have the United States Society of AAC United States Society of Augmentative Alternative Communication is the only society that works for and with family members, AAC communicators, and professionals. One thing that they do is advocating for people to get a communication device. We have a great system to get a communication device, aka SDG. Because of years of us advocating insurance companies and Medicare funding devices. Also, they do fund a device if someone lost their device in an emergency like in a hurricane or a tornado. Plus, they will guide you to organizations that will support you until you are able to go back to your normal life. Please visit their website at www.AAC.org and please look around on the website. Also, please like them on Facebook. The last organization that I want to let you know about is the International Society of AAC, known as ISAC, which ISAC is a chapter of. ISAC does have an international conference BL annual, where professionals from all occupations, students, people who use AAC, and their families come together to learn about what is new in the field of AAC and discuss what is happening with the field. That conference is truly amazing. I only got to go to the conference once. I am hoping to get to go some more in my life, and if you get an opportunity to attend, please do. I started telling you about the AAC organizations because of two things. I wanted to let you know that they're out there, and as a member we believe in values in our AAC community. These values drive our work in education. I feel that parents and children or adults with a communication disability should be aware of our values and beliefs because they are working for you. Let's say that I am working with Tim's family on trying to get him to use his communication device. To me, they have every right to ask me what is my beliefs about AAC, which organizations that I have a membership in, my education, and any past families that I worked with. That is called doing their homework. I think as parents you have the right to ask professionals which organizations that they are a part of, so you know what they will need to follow. Next topic that I want to talk about different types of communication and how to work the best. In the AAC/assistive technology community, we have so many tools and how to teach someone how to communicate in order to do their work or in their school work. It is so important to look at each of these tools and ask yourself, if I have a disability, will it be easy on yourself? When I hear about something that is new, I think to myself this question. Okay, have they done at least 3 studies to show this is a benefit for people? And what are the people who are using that saying? This is just my belief, but if a new tool just come out and the company is new to the assistive technology field and or the education field, that might be interesting, and I need to do some research to know more. I'm not saying new companies are bad. I love learning about them, but I like to learn more about the company before I tell families about them because that is what a professional will do. You can always email me about something new to ask questions about it. If I don't know about it, I have a group of people who use assistive technology and people who work in the field that I can ask questions to. Now, in the assistive technology and communication fields, we have 2 types of ways that people can use to communicate that are interesting and might look great to parents and other caregivers. They are called facilitated communication or FC and rapid prompting method or RPM. What it is, a person who is nonverbal spell out their messages, but their parent or the aide are typing their messages for them. It is a very dangerous situation for all involved because we don't know who is communicating and doing their work. I volunteer at a camp for families who use AAC, and one year someone came, and their school district needed to do a report about how well the student used their device. I remember reading this report, and it said that he was taking AP classes, and he is amazing at using his device. I was so excited about it, because I imagined having adult talks with this person. When we arrived to camp, I raced over to see him, but sadly he was doing RPM. I remember thinking, how sad is it and why his school team allowed it? I remember telling my mom what were they doing, and my mom said, "Wow, and unbelievable." Before that, I hadn't seen this in person. It was just surprise. Parents, please do your research and homework on any of the new programs and features before you decide on one. I know Abby well. I can tell you that she won't be able to work with anyone who uses FC or RPM because of two things. First, she doesn't believe in it like me, and the second reason is the organization that speech therapists need to be in to keep their licenses set in 2015 or 2016. If you work with anyone who uses these ways of communicating, you will lose your professional licensure because you aren't following what is best for the person that you are helping. I have one more thing to say about this issue, then I will move on. Families, please know and understand if your child or adult use this. I'm not mad at you because you don't know the history behind it. I will be frustrated at the professionals on the team because more than likely they know that they can't support this. I would like to talk about one last thing before I take any questions. Every school districts in the nation need to have an assistive technology team to support the students and faculty with any need. That being said, it is up to the school district on what it looks like. As parents or caregivers, you have the right to ask for an assistive technology evaluation or talk to a member of the school district assistive technology team to get started or to be supported. I can talk for hours about this issue. Please feel free to email me if you want to know more. I am putting in the chat the organizations that I talked about earlier, their websites, and some of my favorite assistive technology email lists, groups, and the people that I follow to learn more.
All right, I know that we have some stuff going on in the chat that I'm sure Mike will read and respond to later, but are there any questions for Mike? Mike, thank you. That is more than I already knew. So I appreciate that. Any questions for Mike while we have him on? And I hope, Mike, you'll be able to stay with us throughout the morning and respond to questions in the chat as they come through, and in the time it takes. So we do have some information in the chat. Somebody is mentioning that RPM can be a stepping stone to independent typing, that some kids to start somewhere, not all kids could start with an AAC device. So can you clarify from your point of view what you think some of the issues are for RPM? Give you a minute to get your thoughts together.
Person. Who? God. That. Oh. He isn't. A. speech therapist. Or any. Kind of. P. R. O. J. F. Professional. A. P. At. All. The person who thought that up, she isn't a speech therapist or any kind of professional at all.
So the history of it doesn't come from that scientific background. I also put in, Mike, just so you know, I also put in the position paper from ASHA that I believe that you were referring to, and I think they do a good job of explaining the considerations that they look at with RPM as well in support of what you were saying.
But person. Who? Said. That. I am. More. Than. Happy. Who have. A. Discussion. Yes. To talk. More. The person who said that I am more than happy to have a discussion with them to talk more.
So I know Mike is very free in putting out his email and discussions. And so I know Mike will most likely put his information into the chat. But please also, if you would like to let him know and us know that you want to be connected, just use the @ symbol, Mike Hipple. And if you put your email there, then we can connect the two of you through.
Again. I would not be mad or frustrated. With any family members who saw this or read about this on their own and I can't speak or hubby or anyone else on the L E A E leadership T team F for the N E T network B U but I think if you would ask more than likely
You still have your 9:30 Zoom meeting with that young man with AAC device that you're helping him get used to using. It sounds like tomorrow you don't have him to meet with him today?
they would say the same thing. Again, I would not be mad or frustrated with any family members who saw this or read about this on their own, and I can't speak for Abby or anyone else on the leadership team for the network, but I think if you would ask them, more than likely they would say the same thing.
Thank you, Mike. We have other questions going on in the chat, but I don't know of your work today and what else you have planned. So I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but I am thinking that we have enough questions going on that it would be it would it would behoove me to look at these questions and possibly set up a time with you and Abby and Stasia and other leadership with the AAC network to maybe talk through some more of these questions and to take other questions so that we can help educate other people about AAC. So does that sound like a good plan, Mike? Can we, and you're free to hang out as long as you want. But I think we'll move on to our next part, but this is definitely something I want to return to, if that makes sense. So will you come back, in other words, at another time too?
Okay.
I'm going to take that emoji as being able to move hard. So this is, thank you, Mike. So this is, I'm going to try something slightly differently today, to try to save myself time at the back end. First of all, thank you so very much, Mike, for taking the time out to join us today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording, and then I'm going to restart the recording and introduce our next speaker. That will hopefully save me from having to go through and do a lot of editing. So hang in there, folks.